Yeah, well, let's start with this one. I got it's a very general one, and it's so many things that could be like a 3 hour stream on its own if I covered every single thing. But I got asked things I have changed my mind about, or like areas where I changed my mind. So of course I update my view on things all the time. It's not so often that I completely change, of course. If you found a lot of stuff that works for you and you feel like you have a decent worldview, you kind of understand how things are without thinking you know everything, of course. But it's just not so likely then that you will just flip completely. So I kind of put down the most prevalent things I think that I've changed. Well, since I started this channel, basically, or since I started the process, I started all of this like kind of a year before I actually made a channel. But so the first thing I put was, this is kind of with a, how do you say? You say glimten i ögat, with a spark, with a tingle in your eye or something in English. But right-wing extremism, I said, because when I was in a fallen state and very depressed and all that, I basically, the chaos, I always say that if you feel chaos, you see chaos and just see evil in the world, it's just a reflection of what you see, or a projection of what you see inside of you, and you just find something, this hate, this dread, whatever, you find some outlet for it. And me, of course, I got upset about all the stuff about, white men, blah, 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 all this bullshit, that I still, of course, don't agree with, but I just don't, I'm emotional about it. But I almost came a right-wing extremist at a point, and I just don't feel strongly about that. And I'll say this, I started, because I felt attacked as a white male, I started thinking of that as my group, And of course, I am a white male, literally, but it's not, I don't consider that like my people. My people are the good people, the people that share my, morals and values, really. And that could be, I don't know, a little black guy, a younger black guy, or an older white woman, doesn't matter. I have quite a few older white woman friends for some reason, actually. Related to that, God, I was always a hardcore atheist, was a very strong identity for me. No, it can't be a God, definitely can't be, because why would a God be doing this? Why would there be suffering? Blah, 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 blah. Of course, I'm playing God there, saying I think I know better than God, and I just believe in God now. And something related to all of this, I thought, because what often happens, I feel like, when you don't have a belief in God or in a higher power, in the universe, whatever you want to call it, whatever label you want to use for the actual thing we're talking about, when you don't believe that and you don't truly believe there's any right and wrong, more than from some kind of, robotic sense, I feel like you end up with a very Darwinistic or biological worldview. Because when I tried to make sense of the world, I felt like, okay, we're animals, we're biological creatures, so reproducing, having sex, that should make you good. You're winning the game, basically. So I thought that sleeping with many girls is alpha, just having sex with them, which I now think is complete bullshit. I see it for what it is. It's one thing if you have sex with someone you're in love with or in a relationship, but just having sex for the sake of having sex, like Tinder and that's like really like any other drug. You do something just for the purpose of feeling good, but you really don't accomplish anything, but in this case, drain your soul, really. So I changed my view on that completely. I think actually that's quite the opposite of being alpha. And masculine, feminine, I've kind of changed my view on gradually. Obviously, there are differences between men and women. You just have to look at us to know that, And one is dumb if you think that looks, just the body is all, like the way we look, it's physical. But I've come to realize that more and more I myself grow, that we are more the like highest versions of the alpha woman and alpha male. They have a lot in common, like, yes, the man is stronger, but the woman is supposed to be strong too. And maybe the woman has more empathy naturally, but the man is supposed to have empathy too. Like, if we list traits that we think are masculine, we should ask ourselves, don't we really think women can or should be like this? And often the answer is yes, they can be. It's just the degree, right? And the opposite. It's good for men to be able to be empathetic and caring too, without being pussies, of course. But I realized I heard someone say it, and I think it's kind of cool that Jesus, it's kind of like he encompassed 50-50% the feminine and masculine. I think that's cool. I would say probably, there's going to be there's still a difference, right? So maybe it's more 55-45, but you see, so that's something I changed my view on more recently. And the last thing I put that's kind of more just like fitness, health related is fasting. When I got into fasting, as I think many of us who